For this reason, you shouldn't buy popcorn at the movies. Antonella Persiana loved going to the cinema, especially because she was a fan of country-style popcorn. Every time she went, she bought the biggest bucket and finished it before the movie was halfway through. One day, Antonella Persiana saw that the sequel to her favorite movie was about to premiere. She hated watching horror movies alone, so she invited her best friend. They realized they didn't have enough money to buy 2 buckets of popcorn, so they had to buy just 1. Antonella Persiana had finished eating before the movie began. She couldn't believe there was none left, and in a frenzy tried to grab popcorn from others in the theater. Near her, people enraged started yelling at her and throwing popcorn at her. That's how they threw so many at her that Antonella Persiana ended up trapped in a mountain of popcorn forever. For this reason, you shouldn't eat junk food. Daniela Mariela worked in a potato chip factory. She was the manager and took advantage of this to mistreat the other employees. Above all, she bothered Josefina Carolina just because she was prettier than her. One day, as usual, Daniela Mariela stole chips from the factory and began eating. But what she didn't know was that Josefina Carolina had seen her, and she ran out to find her so she wouldn't tell on her. She was going so fast that she tripped over the cable of one of the potato cutting machines and fell into it, ending up completely sliced. Very scared, Josefina Carolina decided to keep the secret. That's how the whole city ate chips with parts of Daniela Mariela's body, and Josefina Carolina kept the manager position forever. For this reason, you shouldn't watch non-player character live streams. Laura Vainilla was so lazy that she got fired for spending all her time watching videos and sleeping. One day, she saw on TikTok that people got many gifts by doing non-player character live streams. She started doing the same thing, but it didn't work for her because she was really bad at it. Very angry, Laura Vanilla decided to go to a witch to cast a spell so that everyone would watch her. She went back home, put on her costume, and went live. Suddenly, a lot of people started watching her and sending her gifts. The spell had been so good that the gifts just kept coming. Laura Vanilla became so obsessed that she streamed live for days without stopping, forgetting to eat or even breathe. And that's how thousands of viewers kept giving gifts to us forever. For this reason, you shouldn't enter this YouTube channel. At 3 in the morning, Monica Veronica would spend her time locked in her room watching YouTube. Her mother worked all day to be able to fulfill her whims, but Monica Veronica was very ungrateful. One night at 3 in the morning, the girl was watching her favorite YouTube channel and a mysterious ad appeared to her. Strangely, the girl was hypnotized and began hearing voices telling her to do bad things, like stealing her mother's credit card to buy things online. Monica Veronica went straight to look for the card, but her mother, seeing her like that, realized what was happening. Monica Veronica didn't listen because she was already possessed, so they locked her in an asylum forever. For this reason, you shouldn't buy the World Cup stickers. Antonella Michaela disliked the World Cup. Her brothers watched matches and yelled her name at the television all day. She asked them if they could turn down the volume because she wanted to study, but all they did was bother her even more. She locked herself in her room, put on some music to relax, but just as she was falling asleep, a soccer commercial interrupted her sleep. Antonella Michaela started to go crazy. Desperate, she went to buy a lot of World Cup sticker packs, gave them to her brothers, and asked them to turn down the volume in exchange. They agreed. When they opened it, a strong odor escaped, causing them to faint. The stickers she had bought were fake and had been smuggled inside used baby diapers. That's how Antonella Michaela's siblings ended up dizzy and smelling like diapers forever. For this reason, you shouldn't buy used shoes. Lorena Macarena loved buying shoes. She wanted to have the biggest collection in the world, just to show it off to her friends. One day, she went shopping and saw a beautiful pair of shoes in a second-hand store. She went in to buy them, but the seller warned her that they might be cursed. She didn't care and took them anyway. That night, Lorena Macarena threw a party at her house just so her friends could see her shoes. In the middle of the evening, all the guests started screaming in fright. Lorena Macarena looked down and saw that due to the curse, terrible 30-centimeter long nails had grown on her feet. Very scared, she ran out looking for a pedicure, but on the way she tripped over her nails and fell down a hill into a river. That's how a family of beavers mistook Lorena Macarena's nails for branches and decided to live on them forever. For this reason, you shouldn't use dating apps. Marcela Rafaela was very jealous of her friends who were always posting pictures with their boyfriends on Instagram. Very angry, she downloaded a dating app to find the cutest guy and invite him out herself. To post many photos on social media, Marcela Rafaela set up a date with the most handsome man she found, booked a restaurant, and bought an expensive dress to look beautiful in the pictures she would upload. She anxiously arrived at the date only to find the guy looked nothing like his photos. He was actually an old man who had sent her pictures from his youth. Before she could respond, the old man took a selfie with her, tagged her, and posted it on Instagram. That's how Marcela Rafaela ended up listening to his boring stories and reading her friends' comments who laughed at her forever. For this reason, you shouldn't use headphones. Samantha Celeste spent all day listening to music. Her mother asked her to go to the store to buy some things, but told her not to use headphones on the street because it was very dangerous. Samantha Celeste ignored her and walked to the store. I saw a YouTuber with 1 million subscribers. Samantha Celeste recognized him but didn't care since she disliked his videos. The YouTuber, distracted by his headphones, bumped into Samantha Celeste and fell into a deep hole on the sidewalk. His phone flew through the air and the girl caught it. The YouTuber was trapped in the hole and Samantha Celeste kept his phone and his followers forever. For this reason, you shouldn't water the plants at 3 in the morning. Damiana Palmera was a pretty lazy girl but very nice. Her neighbors asked her to take care of their houses even though she never did the job. One day, the family next door asked her to water their plants while they were on vacation, warning her that she wouldn't be paid if she didn't go. Damiana Palmera agreed right away but got caught up in video games. 4 days passed before she noticed. It was 3 a.m. And she quickly went to water the plants, but since she was too lazy to look for the watering can, she watered them with a sugar-free soda she had with her. At that moment, she saw huge vines coming out of the pots. The sweetener in the drink made the plants turn into mutant plants. She tried to escape, but they caught and immobilized her, where they mistook Damiana Palmera for a gnome statue that ended up decorating her neighbor's garden forever.